So there is one on Friday. So we're going to kick it off Friday night. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham Hotspur.
It's a tough game, that, I think. Forest are notoriously a bit better at home, but I think Spurs are looking for a win. I'm going to have to say Spurs. I think that's a bit risky. I'm going to say Spurs. I'm actually going to be quite specific. I'm going to say 2-1.
I'm going to go Spurs win again.
Has Steve Cooper been sacked?
No.
Does not mean Steve Cook.
Steve Cook. He's
No.
on the... I just saw a lot online that he's very
apparently,
close.
if he doesn't win this weekend, I don't know if he played today.
Is he?
He's going to
Why? I think he's doing all right.
No,
There was that 5-0 drubbing that did it as well.
Absolutely dropped off the face of the earth. They're near relegation.
The Drew 1-1 to Wolves.
Spurs,
today.
with exception to obviously we've not seen the game this weekend yet at the time of recording, Spurs can't buy a win at the moment. Forest good at home. They need a win. I'll go with a win. Narrow win. 1-0.
Okay. You've backed Nottingham Forest quite a lot this
I rate them highly, but...
Okay. Bournemouth versus Luton.
Bournemouth, I think they're in a real rich vein of form. I think they're playing great football. They're getting used to the coach's style of play. Luton, fair play to them. I think they've been quite good, been quite competitive. Much better than people are giving them credit for, but I would go with Bournemouth win.
If it was the other way about, you'd probably say draw or Luton, wouldn't you? But
I think
yeah,
so,
I think away from home, yeah.
Bournemouth, yeah.
Bournemouth, yeah, for me.
Yeah. Chelsea, Sheffield, United.
As much as I like to meme on Chelsea, I think it's got to be Chelsea, hasn't it? It can't be Sheffield. There's no way. You can't spend £1 billion and lose to Sheffield United.
And at home
Draw.
as well.
Really? Draw?
Yeah, because they got a new manager now.
Oh, yeah, Chris Wilder. And they do long throws, by the way. It's like we've got Rory Larp.
I quite like the sound of a draw, actually. Yeah.
Okay, love that. Sticking your neck out.
City versus Palace.
Palace are quite
They're good against City.
good against City, yeah, but
they're not great at the moment. They were
yeah,
better.
They're good today.
against you
They're good today against Liverpool, but I think it just screams City win.
City drumming.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Newcastle versus Fulham.
Newcastle if they're at home.
Yeah,
I
Newcastle.
think they're really good at home. I think they're quite a soft team away, but at home they're good.
Yeah, Newcastle for me.
Yeah. Burnley versus Everton. That stinks for a 5:30
Dyche
kickoff.
derby.
It is the Dyche derby, but I'm gonna back Everton, and I know notoriously that Levi hates Everton on this podcast, and I'm not a big Everton fan, but they're in good form and they're playing really well, so I think they will win that.
Yeah, I'd say Everton as well.
Burnley seem to be finding ways to lose matches or lose leads, when they're in winning positions. So I'd have to agree. I think Everton will take that.
Jesus. Sunday's quite good, actually. You've got Arsenal versus Brighton.
Brighton look like they've dropped off massively to me.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, they're not the same as we were at the start of the season or last season. I think European football has really hit them quite hard. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'd go with Arsenal for that one.
Yeah, I'd definitely
Even
go
so, I
Arsenal.
think I'd still go Arsenal anyway, but even more so right now.
Yeah, because they lost this week. I would say they definitely need the result that week. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Arsenal.
Couldn't agree more.
Brentford at home versus Villa.
Brentford need points, but Villa and I don't think it must be quite hard to beat City, then Arsenal, and then the idea of losing. I just can't see that happening. I just can't.
Vintage Premier League.
Only Liverpool would do that. You beat United 7-0, not that I brought that up once, but then you lose to Bournemouth 1-0, who you beat 9-0 previously in the same season. So I think I'm going to have to go with Villa.
Yeah.
Just
Brentford for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at home. I think Villa getting a result this week to get them third place. I think they're going to get a loss the next week. I just see it.
I'm sticking with Villa at the moment.
Good evening.
Buemo.
Yeah.
West Ham v Wolves. Oh yeah, I forgot he was out, to be honest. Yeah, West Ham v Wolves.
West Ham at home, they're a mixed bag, aren't they? I don't know when Pedro Neto's back. I think if Pedro Neto comes back for that game, it might be a bit more interesting. But based on the information that I do have, I'm going to go West Ham.
Draw.
I like draw as well. It stinks
Draws
on
are
paper,
boring
that
for me.
doesn't
You
it?
either win or you lose. And, draws don't count.
Just like in the games we played. There's no
Yeah.
draws.
There's only winners and losers.
I already know Jammy's predictions for this, so I'll just ask Levi. Liverpool versus United.
You'd be
Jammy obviously
surprised.
thinks it's United going to be a winning, so
Wow,
I think a quite heavy loss.
that's quite sad to hear.
it is quite sad to hear. I think it's a heavy loss as well.
I think it'll be a
I can't see
Liverpool
anything
win.
different.
It's always weird for me because I feel like derbies throw all sort of form out the window, and I
Not at
generally
Anfield
mean it.
anymore.
Yeah, it's weird.
For
I
us.
generally do believe that game we battered you, it wasn't that big of a score. Shouldn't have been.
What? Oh,
7-0.
7-0. It should
Yeah.
never have been a bad score. It's just
No.
an absolute. That first
Well,
half, you were great.
it was a freak, and then you had Souness going, "It's not a freak though, is it?" Well, yeah, it is.
I think.
But then you'll win 7-0 again this weekend.
But I think, if I'm being honest, I think you got no Bruno. That's a big loss for you.
No
Yeah.
captain, best
No
player.
captain, best
probably.
player.
you never know though, because by not having Bruno, you might actually see a more like team play. Do you know what I mean?
But the
I'm not saying
midfield-
Bruno's like bad or he's the reason why we're doing bad, but you might see us go more defensive and on
You've seen
counter
a world
bit.
where he might start Kobe Mainu at Anfield.
Yes,
I think
yes.
that'd be quite
Which is
exciting.
crazy.
To see.
As like McTominay,
Yeah.
Mainu, and Amrabat maybe.
Where is Ericsson injured? I've not seen him play for a long time.
No,
I'm not too bothered about that.
I'm not
because
even
I think
sure, to
He's
be honest.
very
I'm not sure, to be fair.
up and down,
But yeah, I'd go Liverpool win, and specifically, I'm going to go 4-0.
yeah, I think it's
Do
gonna
you
be at
want-
least 4.
At least 4.
Yeah, I don't think we score either.
I think it's
Not off the back of what I've seen in recent games.
yeah.
We'll see what happens against Bayern on Tuesday as well. We have been the football's been better in the Champions League, despite the fact that results haven't been there. They've played more convincingly in terms of getting shots away and scoring goals. Defensively been just as frail, I think. But
Yeah, I think it's at least 3 as well. So,
sad times.
Well,
and we're actually, are we watching it?
Possibly.
Possibly watching it.
Well, we'll definitely be watching it. We don't
And
know if we're watching
recording.
it on the podcast. We might watch it live.
Yeah.